Zaccharie Risacher was the #1 overall pick in the 2024 NBA Draft. Chosen by the Atlanta Hawks, Risacher was supposed to be a key piece of the Hawks' future and a chance for them to build a championship team. But things haven't turned out the way Atlanta wanted. Zaccharie Risacher has been underwhelming, and some people say he may be a bust. Sadly, the rest of the league is moving on, and people might forget all about him. So what's gone wrong with Risacher? And why isn't he making the impact people expected? More importantly, is there a chance of him getting his NBA career back on track? Time might be running out for Zaccharie, but can he turn it around? First of all, let's talk about why people had such high hopes for this young Frenchman. In a crowded and complicated draft class, he was doing a lot of things that made NBA teams take notice. Born in France, Zaccharie has basketball greatness running through his veins. His dad was a professional basketball player, and he raised him with an emphasis on athleticism, defensive skill, and a smooth jump shot so he can be prepared for the NBA. By just 16 years old, Zaccharie was already in France's top youth league and was making waves and getting a ton of attention.
I think Paris could improve.
Oh my goodness, what a finish by the newly minted Euro Cup rising star.
Risacher comes up with it. Can he finish in transition? Of course he can!
Risacher, open three, bang!
Like many foreign stars, he was obviously paving a path to the NBA, but transitioning to the big league would prove a lot harder than he expected, and that was where the real challenges began. The 2024 NBA Draft was something of a mixed bag. Unlike the previous year, there was no breakout star, like Victor Wembanyama, who had the skill and promise that could change the league forever. Instead, there were a lot of up-and-coming players who could be developed over the years. They all had potential, but they just weren't there, at least not yet. The Atlanta Hawks had only a 3% chance of getting the #1 pick back in 2024, as they didn't have the worst regular season record the year before. So when they got lucky with the top lottery pick, they knew they had to make it count. They had a lot of promising talent to choose from. So their selection of Zaccharie Risacher was immediately polarizing, but Atlanta was certain they made the right choice. The thought of pairing him alongside Trae Young was an idea too good to pass up.
What do you want for the future of Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and whoever plays alongside you?
I think especially as a rookie, I would be ready to do whatever it takes to gain the respect of those guys, of my teammates, for sure.
But already there were whispers that this could be a mistake. Was Atlanta really going to put all their faith in a player who received mixed reviews because of his inconsistent performances and inability to be a dominant offensive option? Apparently, they were. When the 2024 season kicked off for the Hawks on October 23rd, Risacher scored a respectable but unspectacular 7 points and 1 rebound during 19 minutes of play.
Johnson up the floor to Trae. Risacher, ball's off! Down the middle of Risacher. Oh, it rolled off. Oh, underneath, Risacher jams it.
Not bad, but with plenty of room for improvement. Thankfully, over the next few weeks, he showed off his skills and made it clear that he's been working hard during the summer. Things were looking great when Zaccharie hit a career-high 33 points to win against the Knicks in November. This was the sort of players fans expected when he was chosen as the top pick.
And a steal by Garrison Matthews. Risacher ducks it.
And so you want to make sure you take advantage of that and do some great things.
Another paint touch, and Risacher picks off the pass. Feeling it tonight, folks. He is feeling it tonight. Hart coming over to get the ball in his hands. Risacher push shot, and he's got 30, and that ties it up.
But why do so many people still think he's the most lackluster #1 pick in recent years? A huge part of this has to do with the sky-high expectations. Being the top pick in the draft comes with a lot of added pressure. Just ask Greg Oden and Anthony Bennett. Of course, it's a great way to start your career, and it brings a ton of endorsements and attention. But the higher you rank in the draft, the larger the weight on your shoulders. You have to deliver, and so far Zaccharie has been good, but not great. Now compare him to other young players from the same draft who are doing some impressive things, and you can see a stark difference. Take a look at Zach Edey from the Memphis Grizzlies or Jared McCain on the Philadelphia Sixers. These guys have capitalized on their first season and left a mark on their teams. As for Zaccharie, well, he's just kind of blending into the crowd, almost fading into the background. And his inconsistency has never fully gone away. Yeah, Zaccharie has gotten better, but he's still all over the place at times. He scored those 33 points against the Knicks, but games like that have been far too infrequent since then. He has never even come close to 33 points again, and there have been multiple games where he's only scored in the single digits. His rookie season average of 10.5 points and 3.5 rebounds per game isn't bad, but because he has shown brief glimpses of what he can do, so much more is expected of him. Adjusting to the NBA is incredibly difficult for all rookies, but especially those who are coming from playing overseas. Foreign leagues are quite different from the speed and spacing we see in American basketball, and it's clear that Zaccharie has had a tough time finding his footing.
Left alone, Risacher. Now DeAndre Hunter. It's his first action of the evening. Ooh, through the hands of Risacher, and a steal for Anthony Edwards.
But then things dried up for Minnesota. Risacher is
To start this second quarter, much more focused, better spread, and now forcing a turnover. Minot.
He has struggled with the physicality of the NBA as well. At times, he gets into foul trouble, and he looks flat-footed and confused during some switches. It feels like Zaccharie just can't keep up, and that's a huge problem. Of course, that's something he can improve over time, but as long as he struggles with this, the Hawks are going to look to other players to get the job done. Another reason why people are let down by Zaccharie is that the Hawks are actually a lot better than people thought they'd be this year. They obviously didn't get the #1 draft pick last summer for being good, but the Hawks have naturally improved this year, and they're making noise in the Eastern Conference. Trae Young is looking like the all-star point guard he used to be, while others such as Jalen Johnson, DeAndre Hunter, and Dyson Daniels are all helping out a lot. The team is more exciting than it's been in years and isn't sitting at the bottom of the standings, but it's not because of Zaccharie Risacher. In fact, he is the 7th on the list when it comes to creating points for the Hawks. Yeah, the Hawks are better, but Zaccharie isn't the reason why. This is people saying that he's not really worth it, and the Hawks shouldn't spend more time nurturing his talents and waiting for him to get better. Some people say it's time to cut him loose. However, there haven't been any rumors of Zaccharie going to the G League or being traded. Well, that's good news for him and his agent. It doesn't mean his NBA career is not in jeopardy. There have been plenty of former #1 draft picks who have struggled to find a consistent role in the lineup. The league has been filled with stars who came onto the scene with great promise and then slowly faded away. Zaccharie may still have a spot on the team, but he could gradually lose time on the court and then eventually just disappear. A lot of Hawks fans are taking a wait-and-see approach with Zaccharie. He has given them moments of greatness, but right now, that's all he's given, just small moments and nothing consistent. He has time to turn things around, but it's starting to run out. So what do you think? Leave a comment down below. Do you think Zaccharie Risacher will grow into an all-star player, or will he be one of those failed #1 picks that we'll slowly forget? If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.